Today we're celebrating one of those who have modernized do I say spirituality in Nigeria, talking about one who lets us see that being spiritual or using spiritual materials doesn't have to do with being feltish or something. So today we're celebrating a young entrepreneur who is the face of our sector. We're talking about no other person than Mrs. Feranmi. Her brand is so popular, but her name is not as popular as the brand. This is because she's been able to build a formidable brand in the last few years. Today is her birthday.
It's my birthday today!
And it's that time of the year again to have a chat with her. Let her talk about how her humble beginning was like, how she started, how she's been able to juggle the role of a mother, a wife, and an entrepreneur in this society called Nigeria, Lagos. Mommy, you look so beautiful.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you, ma.
Thank you.
Ma, today is your birthday. How do you feel? And how early did you start your day today?
I'm happy. We started with praise and worship by Alashayori. So, in between, a friend surprised me, Kem Korede and Royal.
Wow.
And Daddy came to pray with me. My daddy, Genesis.
Ma, how do you feel turning a year older? And what has life taught you on the last 1 year? Last year was a big celebration for you. Yes. You had a big housewarming, and it was also your baby dedication.
Yes.
So what has changed about Feranmi in the last 1 year?
Yeah, we've been moving forward. We thank God for everything. We thank God for the growth. And I would say life have taught me a real lesson, a good one. But eventually, we give thanks to God.
You said life has taught you. Can you just say a few things about that?
I've learned from people disappointments here and there. But eventually, I'm happy today.
Your brand has grown in the last few years. How old is Feranmi Spiritual Empire as a brand?
Well, this year we should be 3 years. But I actually inherited this brand from my mom.
So it's an heritage?
Yes.
Wow.
I inherited it from my mom. I was born in the business.
Wow. So your mom is also highly spiritual?
Yes. Okay. We deal with spiritual materials.
Oh.
So, being a learned person, I tried
to modernize
to modernize the spiritual part of my mother's business, you know.
Oh.
So
how easy was it for you to make people see that using most of these spiritual things is actually not being fetish?
Yeah, actually, a lot of people has spiritual problem, but they don't know who to talk to. So when Feranmi Spiritual Empire came to limelight, everybody was like, wow, our product is actually working. A young lady being a spiritual person, how's she doing it? A lot of challenges here and there, but we thank God today we are there.
So people will attach spirituality or making use of some of these products as being fetish. What is going to be your take on that?
Well, I would say using spiritual product is not being fetish because 90% of our products is made by me and is actually a prayer product and nothing exceptional. It is actually prayer products.
Including the blue eye?
Yeah, we have some blue eye earring. We have the Feng Shui bracelets. We fortify them with prayers and not any other thing. So using spiritual products for me is good. After praying to God, you have to use some things to enhance your prayers to be accepted.
Well, is that why you fast? You fast a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people say this, you fast. Even today, being your birthday, fine, we Muslims also fast on our birthday, but seeing that you're so spiritually inclined.
Yeah, I would say God answers prayers and fastings. So being the face of my brand, I attend to a lot of people. I help people to pray, fast on people's problems. So I think I'm used to it. And God has been supportive.
You have a very, very strong brand. And your brand is so popular, not only on Instagram, we can say even outside the shore of Nigeria. And when you remember your humble beginning, like how many staff did you started with?
Actually, I started with 2 staffs.
Just 2?
Yeah. And now we're just 4.
Wow. So one would have expected that you have more?
Not really. My business is somehow, we don't really need crowd. Yeah. You know, a lot of people ask me questions. FSC, with your big house, look at your store. A lot of people want to use spiritual products and pretend as if they are not using. So they don't want a visible place for people to see them that they're walking in to get spiritual products. So our office is very hidden, you know. So we don't really need a bigger space.
But you have a very big store. People said that. So would you say that this spiritual product is now being accepted by all? Would you say the initial belief that, oh, tó bá ti lo ogun spiritual or ṣoògùn ni ológun ni ẹ má súnmọ́ o, would you say you've been able to change that notion and belief?
Yes, I actually changed the orientation from people. A lot of people want to get my products and pretend as if they are not using it. But at times, when they get the positive reviews, they want to show it to the world that, Feranmi, your product is actually working. I used it. Though I don't want you to know I purchased from you before. But after seeing the results, it's really outstanding. So, to the world, spiritual product is something everybody wants to get involved with.
So would you advise anyone to use, after prayer, use more spiritual products?
Yeah, I would advise people to use spiritual products because after praying to God, you still need some spiritual products to enhance your prayer life. As I am now, as a spiritual person, I use these products. I fast, use spiritual products, and pray. So God answers my prayer dramatically, like drastically more than what I expected. Because
3 years ago when you started, you just said it now. Would you say you never envisaged you will be where you are today? And your mom is still very much alive. What comes to her mind now when she sees how much you've improvised a lot of products to make it more modern?
Yeah, my mom is extremely happy that mo fi ṣẹ́ lọ́mọ mi lọ́wọ́, and she's actually doing well. Within the space of 2-3 years, I've been able to achieve some things that is really like, FSC is doing well. She's a big brand on her own.
When you remember how you started, which popular song comes to your mind?
Yeah, there's this Malashiyori song I used to sing, like Ayokweyo eventually. I've worked with my mom for several years, over 30 years. And I've not been able to achieve anything, though my mom tried, you know. So when I started my own brand, within the space of 2-3 years, FSC came to limelight. So God has been there for me. Special thanks to my mother. She gave me everything. She gave me the steps. So I followed my mom's step, and here I am today.
So what would you say to her? It's your birthday. Seeing how far she has brought you, what would you say?
Yeah, my mom, she's outstanding. She's awesome. She's the best. She's into the business, and she's still there.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have the friends. She has a shop, and I have mine in the same location.
Wow.
So
when you think that some things, and you just run to a mommy, let's rock way, or what do you say? Or would you say you've even expanded more than the knowledge you got from her?
Yes. Being educated, you know, the educated part of me, we apply it into the business, and that has really helped the business to grow more.
You travel far and wide, and the acceptance has been huge.
Yes.
And all the reviews we see on your page are, because we've seen personal reviews of people talking to some of us saying, oh, another thing, Where do you see Feranmi spiritual in the next few years?
How? I know the brand is going in places. The next 10, 20 years. I know God is with us. So
You're married.
yes.
For how long have you been married?
Yeah, I've been married for the past 8 years now.
8 years. Wow.
Yes.
How have you been able to juggle the role of a mother, a wife, and being an entrepreneur? It takes most of your time.
Yes. The brand is very busy and it's a large one. I have some domestic staffs that helps me, and my husband is understanding. He's very understanding. He's a good man to the core.
Wow.
So you understand.
You still find time to cook.
Yes.
Wow.
When the fame came, it was like, wow, Feranmi Spiritual Empire will never dream of this fame. But thank God, God is taking you to places. So you understand me. Baby, I love you so much. Darling, thank you for the support. You are my life support. Yeah.
That's so sweet. Another thing, we see lots of divorce there. Then just recently, you were dragged. Spirituality.
Dragged.
Yes. You were dragged because one of your brand ambassadors, you share a very strong bond with them. And just a few days ago, you addressed it. You watched it on live. That's not the fact that you didn't save it. But another thing, how was it shocking for you? What was your role in that whole drama?
Well, I would say there's a difference between being spiritual and family issue.
Wow.
My ambassador actually had issues in a marriage, and it doesn't have anything to do with the brand.
Wow.
Marriage is a decision. It is a choice. You can decide to say, okay, I'm no longer interested. You understand? So I don't really want to go into that.
But when that came up, what was your role? People will say, being a spiritual person, did you play any role? You may not go deep into details, but did you play any role?
I did. I tried my best. But, my best was not even enough. So I had to just drop.
Would you say that has trained your relationship? We noticed I still saw you dropping the comments on the husband's page. I don't want to mention a name, saying, oh, you do this advert so well. And people were surprised to say, oh, Feranmi. And probably that gave a lot of people hope that you were not involved, that you actually tried your best.
Yes, I tried, and I'm still hoping God can still do things. They can still amend their homes, so I don't want to talk anything about it.
Thank you so much. So, how is it like being married and being successful? A lot of people cannot cope with that.
Yeah. But I would say,
I want you to give 5 tips about how a successful woman should run her home. It is not easy. Fame comes with lots of things.
Yes.
So, your advice to a young entrepreneur, we see a lot of young entrepreneurs making waves. Hearing pom, you know what it means in the account, and it's cool. For some who get a little bit distracted, it could lead to a lot. So I want you to give them 5 tips on how to maintain a good home when you are a successful woman.
Yeah, firstly, being a married woman, you have to be very prayerful. And secondly, your humility. At least you should be humble to your husband.
Husbands first.
Yes. I think if you're humble with your partner, that would make your marriage last forever. A lot of people are getting more money than their husband on Instagram. Being an entrepreneur on Instagram, online vendor, people are patronizing the brand. So there's no how you won't be doing more than your husband. So if you have humility, then that will keep your marriage. ṣe mọ̀ Instagram ti jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn obìnrin di gbajúmọ̀. Ó ti really help wa gan. Ibi tí àròpá lè dé àti débẹ̀. So I will implore women not to ká má jẹ́ kí owó yẹn kó sí wa lórí. Ká try láti ní ìwà ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Ká má ní ìgbéraga pẹ̀lú gbogbo ohun t'Ọlọ́run bá ṣe fún wa. And that is when we have more. Tá bá fi ìwà ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ kún, ìgbà yẹn Ọlọ́run máa tún jẹ́ kí a máa ní àlékún sí. Then being a successful entrepreneur and a married woman, you have to be able to balance everything. Your in-laws, they are one strong family. They are one strong pillar that we have to just satisfy them, you know. Now, my I don't have mother-in-law anymore. But then, I do reach out to my mother-in-laws and siblings. Mommy, money kinkin ni, she wa okay ma. I want ma wa kiwa, money kinkin ni Feranmi. I want mommy call, you know. My brother-in-laws, some of them are out of the country. So at times we do talk and all of that. So these are the things that will keep marriage.
Ìjẹ́ irú bí wọ́n ṣe tọ́ yín, bí mọ́mì ṣe tọ́ yín, ìjẹ́ ó nínú ìwà tẹ́ ẹ wù pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn torí àwọn nǹkan tẹ́mi máa ń gbọ́ ni pé kí àwọn èèyàn sọ pé yín ló dá ẹbí ọkọ ò dá. So ìgbà tí mo wá ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu yín nìsín ni pé kéèyàn máa ṣe dáadáa pẹ̀lú wọn, kéèyàn máa ìjẹ́ torí pé ìyá yín kọ́ ẹbí mọ́ra lẹ́yìn ṣe rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Well, I would say Feranmi spiritual empire is ọmọ àtijọ́.
Ọmọ àtijọ́?
Yeah, that's the answer to that question. Ṣé mo pa àwọn ọmọ ọ̀sìn yìí? Àwọn nǹkan tí ò jẹ́ ká kàkún ló máa ń kàkún. Òun ló ṣe máa ń jẹ́ pé marriage tètè break these days. Then with the little experience I have in marriage, with the little experience I have with people's issues, tó fi kọ́ mi lọ́rùn, tèmi náà fi ń kọ́ Jésù lọ́rùn.
Allah.
So, ó ti jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ wípé interaction ó ṣe pàtàkì, ó ṣe kókó. Then ẹ̀kọ́ tó fi kọ́ mi nílé mi, ó jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ wípé gbogbo èèyàn téèyàn bá rí, either in-laws or no in-laws, you just have to be good to people.
How early do you sleep? When do you wake up?
That question. It's only God that is helping the brand, honestly. You know, we do consultation. So some people walk into the store for consultation, and to the customers in diaspora, we have online consultations. So a lot of people, I call them at home once I get home. But my sister, I won't deceive you, it's not easy. You can see people complaining on my page, FIC, attend to us, check your DM. Even with my staffs, we can't do it all alone. It has been shocking, but God has been there for me.
So, your special note to all female entrepreneurs who is not in your sector, but who look at Feranmi as a mentor. What is your advice to them?
Yes, I would advise them to be prayerful. In whatever you're doing, prayer first. Remember to follow síwájú nǹkan. The turnout will come out nice. In whatever business you are into, always pray. Tó bá ti ń gbàdúrà dáadáa, gbogbo ohun tó fẹ́ k'Ọlọ́run ṣe, Ọlọ́run á ṣe. Then humility. You have to be humble to people. In whatever you do, be good to people around you. That is it.
Last note, you share a very strong bond with all your ambassadors from Dayo Amusa, Sindodo, Kemi Korede, Ijebu, Bimbo Thomas.
Yes. I understand business very well. I understand the kind of business I do. The people around me, my ambassadors, we have to have a relationship. It is not just about the business.
Wow.
So the relationship will keep the business going well. So they love me and I love them right back.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you. To them, what would you say? Is that time of the year to celebrate
So
you?
all my ambassadors, thank you so much. There is no Feranmi spiritual empire without you people. You have been my strength. Thank you. I love you.
To your clients.
To my clients home and abroad, I can't do it all alone. I can't use all my products by myself. You guys have been my strength. Thank you so much. I love and appreciate your patronage. Thanks for trusting the brand. Thanks. I love you.
Thank you so much. It's nice.
iṣẹ́ yín ò ní jóná lórúkọ Jésù àníkí owó àníkún ọmọ gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́fẹ́ kọ́lọ́run ṣe Ọlọ́run á ṣe láṣẹ pé ẹ ṣé gan ni mo really appreciate you kéèkì lásán wọ́n dáràn lẹ́nu kéèkì sì pọ̀